Now we shall look into Gargya Maharishi's commentary on Ganesh Gita. This has been referred here for a better understanding of the subject through his narration. This is summarized in certain points. Firstly, the term Naradip in the above shloka is explained. Among the 84 lakh yonis or species in the world, man is considered the most excellent. This is because he alone has the capacity and right to attain the prowess in dharma, wealth, desires, liberation, and identity with Brahma by engaging in spiritual practices. After getting a human body, one who is able to attain his true nature in an extremely excellent manner till its end can be called Naradhip. It is indicated that you are truly deserving of being addressed in this manner. Secondly, the whole world is a play of different Brahmas who are corporeal and incorporeal, who can be seen and known, and are 4 in number. They are subject to creation and dissolution. They are all ultimately absorbed into the 5th state, which is of non-differentiation, known as Purna Brahma. 3. Following the above sutra, the Vedas and other scriptures describe Brahmas with and without attributes. They are Shiva, Vishnu, Surya and Shakti. These are their indicative names and they finally get absorbed in the Absolute, which is beyond all differences. When this is experienced, it is a state of the Atma Brahma known as Ganesh Brahma. 4. The end of those 4 into the 5th is an accomplishment into the undifferentiated intellect. There is completion of differences of the intellect or giving up of the 5-fold tendencies of the mind in meditative union. When one attains stability, he is said to have achieved the yoga of meditative union. 5. Such an experience is called enlightenment in yoga. 6. This yoga is of the nature of meditative union through 3 types of union. The 3 types are with attributes, without attributes, and the differences between the 2. When all the 3 are accomplished or completed, the threefold entity is known as Vita Utthan, ascent from negativities, Parata Utthan, reverse ascent, and Swata Parata, self-reversal, Utthana Abhava, illusory ascent. The merging of these 4 types into the 5th Brahma has also been confirmed in the Vedas. 7. It is Asadrishyam Shakti. This means all that which can be described through name and form can be literally experienced. They are all considered false. The support for these things is Shakti. 8. Here he talks about how he can recognize that which has name and form. All that can be described either literally or in a suggestive manner are known as names. This means that all things with attributes can be actually seen and described. In the same way, based on this support, it is possible to indicate that this is without attributes and it is also possible to describe it. These are names which are capable of being experienced in their form. Both name and form being illusory are false and therefore abiding in their power is known as Asat Brahma. It is created out of the power of Brahma. It exists and in the end it is absorbed into Brahma. This is stated in the Vedas as Asad Eva Agra Asid. Thus, all that is subject to change has a characteristic of creation, sustenance, and absorption, and is of the form of non-differentiation. Such a power center of Brahma is known as Shakti. Her position is referred to earlier as Shakto. 9. The next verse, Drushi Ashubhut Arka, means the sight and the seeing, both of which are experienced by the sadhak. Drushi means eyes, which is the form of the sun. The causal matter that is experienced as name and form is of two types, the manifest and the unmanifest. The four types of powers which are embodied are classified as manifest, and that which is their support and their pride of place in the form of the four types of Dehi or essence is considered unmanifest. They are experienced in one form as bearers of Asipada. Therefore, he is spoken of as bearers of Tadpada. Thus, the form of the Deha consisting of the four types manifest as Tvampada, and the one who is spoken of as Tatpada is the joyous individual spirit, and the bearer of all is the Asipada. That which gives life to the whole world, namely everything that is seen, meaning the one who is the support of all living beings, that is, those who are subject to death, is the eternal Brahma, the knower of all, who is known as Surya. That which enlivens all that is seen, the divine power who is the support of Asat, is known as Sat Brahma as well as Surya Brahma. The creator of Tvampada, Tatpada and Asipada, also the ascent from negativities, reverse ascent, self-reversal and illusory ascent, enable the experience of the various powers of the Supreme Being. To know them or to be the form of the self of Shakta Brahma is to be understood as the glory of Asat self-knowing Brahma. In the same way, wholesomeness, eternity and unanimity are all attributes of Surya, which are the glory of the self-knowing Sun. This has been indicated as Suryatman in the Vedas. To sum up, since he has a name and form and is the support of all gross things, he is considered to be of Sat form. That is why he is understood as vision. 10. Sukhamai Tayo Shrishtaha means that which illuminates the sight and the form of the sight, and after entering into both of them, plays with them in bringing happiness. He himself is beyond the world, and the individual souls worship this divine power as Vishnu. Shakti, whose essence is name and form, is of four types. Their support is the four forms of Dehi, which is Surya. That which illuminates the play of both of them is the creator of both of them, who is Vishnu. His nature is generally experienced uniformly everywhere as the one who plays and gets to play. Therefore, he is described as Samabrahma. His form is as of Tadrup, and glory of self-knowing is a state of being. He equanimously plays with contradictory natures and with indifference remains beyond both of them. Therefore, he is extolled as Ananda Brahma. That is why he himself is always in a state of happiness. Vedic scholars have called him Vishnu Vichakrame in praise of his glory. The indicators of the glory of Vishnu are Asat Brahma, Sat Brahma and Samab Brahma. Srimad Bhagavad Gita praises Vaishnava Brahma as Na Asato Vidyate Bhava, and that is why this is one of the most important shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. The whole Bhagavad Gita centers on the explanation of this shloka. Thus, Vishnu Brahma being considered beyond Sat and Asat Brahma is indicated by the verse Tayo Srishta Sukhamai Vishnu. 11. Now we discuss the word Tad Adhikruti Satyam Shiva, the one who was present to a great extent. Before the three were illuminated was a particle of the power of truth, that is Shiva. He says that the source of the three types of experiences is not due to the same form, but because they were created together with him, namely Shiva Brahma. His authority is to support the manifest form of the creations of the other three through his unmanifest nature in which he is established. He is the unmanifest source of the three, and this Shiva Brahma is praised as being Sahaja. All the other three are absorbed in three ways into the instrument of Neti, not this, which is accomplished through the actualization of Shiva Brahma. Hence he is called Neti Brahma. A shloka which is indicative of this is referred from Yoga Vasishtha. It says that when there is an existence of name and form, the experience of individual spirit and the essence of equanimity are negated by way of Neti, while the forms of Shakti, Surya and Vishnu end. Then spontaneity also goes away. This means that the source of the unmanifest no longer exists. When the various enchantments melt away, disenchantment too does not exist. With these kinds of experiences, the fourth form, the Neti Brahma, is called the truth. The form of Shiva Brahma and the glory of his self-knowing has been praised in the Shivas as Shivam Turyam. This is the meaning of the four power centers mentioned in the mantra Shakto Surye Vishnu Ya Abheda Buddhi. This state of Brahmas being mutually extraordinary should not be actualized at the same time. It is only after one is accomplished that you should go to the next one, and so on serially in their actualization. One should always keep the serial order in mind. 12. When one has accomplished the actualization of the four Brahmas, namely Shiva, Vishnu, Shakti and Surya, in the form of Asat, Sat, Sama and Sahaja, through self-knowing and completed the attainment of the power centers of Brahmas, the power center that gets illuminated after self-knowing through meditative union is the glory of Ganesh Brahma. The same glory is described as completion of meditative union with self, denoted by Mahipada. After actualization through meditative union of superconscious and then giving up of Asat, namely Shakti Brahma, one goes on to the others. Thus, the state of form in which they have been realized is the yoga of non-differentiate knowing of Maya's illusion. The completion of the four types of meditative union takes place here. Therefore, this is known as the form of complete meditative union. In identification with the form of self, there is Shakta Brahma, which is the form of Shakti, that is, self-knowing of Asat, what is not true, and her Atman, which is absolute self-knowing Dharma, which is Ganesh, and which is determined by him alone. In this way, by looking at the special meaning given by way of indicators or pointers, and the Vedic mantras given here, they have to be understood through those proofs. To sum up, let us take the meaning of the verse Tvam Vaishnava Maha Vishnuriti Achakshati. It means the great Vaishnava, the power center of Samabrahma, whose wielder of power is Vishnu and whose Atma is Swanandesh Ganesh, who has attained the knowledge of the psychic power of Vishnu, is known as Mahavishnu. Thus, those who have attained the complete knowledge of Shiva, Vishnu and others, after understanding their glory, the worshipper is actually worshipping Swananda Ganesh when they are worshipping the form of Mahavishnu, Mahashiva, etc., after giving up their name and form.